What is going on, believers? Guys, this is going to be a funny story. Not the funny one like the last one, but a funny story. Yesterday, I got a phone call, and the phone call was about Saitama V3 and Shinja V3. It's the same developer, right? So I watched some other YouTube influencers, my peers, and they all said, "Well, the Sandstorm is the guy. That's the guy. That's just one of him." So the guy gets on the phone with me. I talk to the guy. He's not Sandstorm because I know Sandstorm. And then I call Sandstorm, and Sandstorm answers the phone, and he's not the guy. So I'm on the phone with the developer, who's not Sandstorm, and I'm on the phone with Sandstorm, who is Sandstorm. And it turns out that none of these influencers know shit. They have no idea what's going on. So we're going to look into Saitama V3 and Shinja V3. This is crazy stuff. And we're going to see what we see. Now, they did compensate me for this video. This video is a compensated video. That's why the guy called me. And I agreed to cover it. I didn't agree to tell you whether I like or don't like, or I'm invested or not. Spoiler alert, I'm not invested. I told everybody before that I'm not invested because I am out of the market except for Ethereum until the water kind of settles in everything that's going on with the markets. So just so you know, I'm not an investor, and this is a paid advertisement. So this is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys. So what we're looking at right now is price action on Saitama V3, and you can see right here about 6,000 traded over the course of a day, 198 holders, total market cap of 84,000. And you come over and you look at Shinja, you see about the same thing. You saw that big pump on the launch. Then you see a little bit of sideways action. Again, about 6,000 in trading, about 84,000 in market cap. Now, this guy's the reason that this was launched was, well, you know what? I'm going to let them show you exactly what it is with a video. This is the reason that they launched it. And the reason that he launched it was because he got wrecked on Saitama V1 and isn't getting the money back on V2 either. So that's the layout for Saitama V3. Why did it happen? Well, because this is an investor who got into it, who got wrecked, who then went to his friends while it was pumping and said, guys, you got to get into this. He got his family into it. Guys, you got to get into this. This is the next big thing. This is the next Shiba. This is the next Doge. This is the one. This is going to do it. And it did do it. But then everybody forgot to take their profit in the meantime. So then all of the people who were buying in at those big numbers, they ended up getting wrecked. So what is this guy trying to do? The short of it is, to start with, on Saitama, the reason that he's doing this with Saitama is because he was wrecked by Saitama, and he wanted to create a reward system. And basically, both of these tokens do the same thing, by the way. They do USDC rewards and BUSD rewards. The Saitama does 8% buy and sell, 3% liquidity pull, and then 3% USDC rewards to hodlers. Now, on Shinja, it's 5% BUSD, 2% liquidity, 3% marketing, sell taxes, 5% BUSD, 2% liquidity pool, 3% marketing, and then the 5% BUSD. That's how you get the rewards. You get Binance US dollar, a dollar pegged token, whereas over here you get the USDC pegged token. Now, on low volume days, and let's face it, this is a very tough market right now. Low volume days, you're not going to see very much action. But at one point, you did see quite a big amount of action over here. Most of the people that were in here in the beginning made their money back very quickly on USDC. Now, the chance is that you could do the same thing over here if this launches. Now, there's obviously going to be some FUD, as with any sort of project. Now, this launched because they were upset because another project they invested in, Shinja, which also now includes CoinViewCap, and Keith, who happens to be a friend of mine, by the way, they did a merger and they created a 46% sell tax. And I mean, you know, on many levels, what they're doing is they're holding investors hostage, or they're keeping all of their money. And, you know, if you think that's cool, then you're an idiot. And if you do it, then it's not really fair to the investors. You may always have your reason. You could always have your reason. And I've seen it happen before. Didn't agree with it then. Don't agree with it now. But as an investor, sometimes I will just have to accept it if I'm into something. And look, if you get out, then you get out. Hopefully you get out to the good. Hopefully you do wise investments. Hopefully you don't have to worry about it. But as anybody will tell you, when you see something like that, you should be nervous. You should be very nervous, because that means that something is going on that that they don't trust the investors, or they don't trust the chart. There's some kind of reason that they're creating a 46, but you should be very nervous. So the people that were nervous about that, they decided to start one of these. And guess what? You know what? This, just like Saitama V3 over here, these are basically mockeries of what these guys are doing, because when Saitama didn't work out in V1, what did? They went to a V2. Reduce the supply. What did this one do? Reduce the supply even more. Are they affiliated with the original Saitama? No, because they're not affiliated with either the city of Saitama, Japan, the district of Saitama in Japan, nor are they affiliated with the One Punch Man, whose name is Saitama, from which the original Saitama token took their names, right? We're all taking names from somebody. So when you look at Saitama V1, Saitama V2, and Saitama V3, and you're like, well, you can't steal that name. Okay, you can't steal the name that got stolen. Give me a break. Over here, Shinja. Shinja is version 3, because version 2 is coming. We all hear the rumor about it. I don't think I've seen a version 2, but there is a version 2 coming. And we're looking at Shinja. But what is Shinja? Shinobi. What is Shibnobi? Well, there's Shinobi and there's Shibnobi. So it was just a play on the Shiba Inu, because what better way than to capitalize on somebody else's product than to name yours a wink, wink, kind of like somebody else's product. So Shibnobi named itself Shibnobi, and then got mad at other people for using the Shibnobi sort of name when they're naming their own stuff, because there was Shinjurai. They didn't like that. So apparently you can take somebody's name and you can try to capitalize off that name, but if they try to do the same thing to you, they're the bad guy. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot of shitty products out here. And is this one? I don't know. I think that if you go read over here, you see that the liquidity is still, the liquidity lock is 56.5% locked. You go over here and you take the take this thing, put it into Token Sniffer, get an idea of what is going on with the token. The question is, generally speaking, like, can you take the money out? And it's a renounced contract, by the way. It is a renounced contract, 70%, and it's the buy and sell tax, which is 8 and 11. And there is a large one here. We're gonna get into that, but the liquidity is locked until 1 August 2025. And it says at least 95% of liquidity is burned or locked for 30 days, and it's 56% in Unicrypt until August 1 2025. And then there's 39.2% burn. It's all accounted for. So it's what it is. And then over here, you've got the dead wallet where the money was taken. Then you've got this wallet, which is the deployer. Then you've got that it gave out some money. Now you can worry about that, but generally speaking, when you're giving out and you're doing deals with people, you're doing stuff like that, those things are going to happen. You see it with almost every token, even the ones that you say, oh, it's as fair as you get and unrenounced. No, it's not. And when it is, we're not talking about those tokens again anyway. So don't worry about those. And then when you come over here to Shinja, we can do the same thing. Let's go see what we see on this one. 54EB, 54EB. Yeah, so it's the same contract, just has a different name on each side for the pairing purpose. So you can see right here. Now, the other thing is to know this contract will not be renounced in the event we would like to do a low tax event or a higher BUSD reward in the future. Same exact philosophy as Saitama V3. So they're doing the same things. Brew Labs audit is coming soon. These guys are putting in the work to try to make something happen. Is this a product with a use case? Not really. Is this look, you can make money off of it by just holding. And if they have transactions that are coming through, and if people are buying and or selling the token, excuse me, buying or selling the token, then you can make USD. The question is, what is your risk tolerance? So let's move on. So the question here is, what is your risk tolerance? Are you scared? If you're scared, if you're a Jeet, this is not for you. If you're somebody who wants to hold for a long time, wants to see what might happen, then here's what I can say to you at very best. I can say this. Something might happen here. It did make it to $1 once. Maybe it makes it to $1 again. Shinja, same thing. Maybe this thing takes off and maybe it starts to go on a little bit of a run. The market right now doesn't predicate that we're going to go on a massive run. You can look up here and you can see the price of Ethereum doing good, but sideways. The price of BNB doing good, but sideways right now. So we're not getting new money into this market. So it's a tough market and we're splitting all of it with everybody else. So Cult, Hex, look, we're all splitting the same pie right now, and Saitama V3 and Shinja V3, they just want to get a piece of that pie too. And nothing wrong with that. But the question is your investment safe? Well, listen, guys, these are shit coins. No investment is entirely safe. But this one's locked up. It's locked up for a long time. The other one, Shinja, is locked up for a long time. Same way, but the contract has not been renounced. That's the only difference, so that they can raise or lower taxes, so they say, for the BUSD. That's a decision that you have to make for yourself. So again, the question becomes, what is your risk tolerance? If your risk tolerance is high and you don't mind throwing $1,000 or $2,000 at some kind of investment just to see what happens, and you get back some USDC rewards or BUSD, then you know what? Then this works for you. And at some point in the future, provided that it sustains itself and provided that these guys stay engaged in the token, then, you know, maybe you make some money off of it. If not, then it disappears. That's a decision that you, the investors, and they, the developers, are going to have to make over a period of time. So you decide what's best for you and make your investment based on the information that's provided. You could end up making a few bucks and cashing out your investment, doubling your investment, or losing it all. That's the risk that you take when you're playing degen plays. And this, my friends, this is a degen play. This is not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. Be very careful in your investments and take a long look at this. Do your own research. Make the decision that's best for you. But when they're trying to thumb their nose at the people who have thumbed their nose at you, you might want to give them a try. So do your research and figure it out for yourself. We'll see you again soon.